Welcome to the podcast Manifesting Big Money Fast. My name is Jeanine. I am so excited that you found this podcast or that you're tuning in to another episode. This podcast is all about manifestation, big money, energetics, spirituality, how it's all connected, and most importantly, how you can increase your bank account right now. So let's dive in today's episode. We are diving into where to actually start. Because sometimes I feel when we're learning new techniques, new skills, new ways of thinking, it's all cool, it's all exciting, we're hyped, we're pumped, let's do it. And then it's time to actually start acting, like putting in some real action. And this was very often the moment for me in the past where I'm going through my notes, something I've learned, I've listened somewhere, and then, okay, and now? What is it that I actually concretely do? And manifestation is super simple. It is, you ask for something, step 1. Step 2, you let go. Step number 3, you receive. If you've been in my world, for me, it is as simple as that. And Abraham Hicks, in their book, The Law of Attraction, they also have this approach, although I deeply believe over time they've added a couple other steps. And in this episode, I just desire to give you a sneak into the 3 steps. Step number 1, you ask, meaning, what is it that you truly desire? Is it just more money? Because the moment I give you a cent, you have more money. So that was probably not what you had in mind when you ask for more money. So most people don't receive their money manifestation because they don't have a concrete target. And with that, I don't mean it has to be 1 million in a year. And then people even take a calendar year. So meaning if you would make 1 million from March till March, it wouldn't count as 1 million according to your definition because it has to happen in a calendar year. So this is also at a time when people mess it up. It is more like the frequency, hey, over my lifetime, for instance, as fast as possible, I truly desire 1 million. Show me the way, universe. So the universe doesn't like to be pressured and doesn't like to be forced, as in like, give me my 1 million now or I don't believe in you. This is how a lot of people bring or use their energy in a way it's forceful. You cannot force the universe. It's like a woman being pregnant. You cannot force the baby, come out and be ready after 3 months just because I want it. It doesn't work like this. The same is true for universal manifestation, money manifestation. You cannot force. And very often people at a time constraint or having money in a certain period of time when it is not needed and it's not truly required. This is when they mess up the manifestation. So ask, but more from this would be really cool if this would happen in my lifetime. Be concrete, be specific. If you have those key points. And if not, you also can ask, hey, universe, show me what I truly desire. Show me some cool, fun things, because actually I don't really know what I like. I don't really know what I truly desire. Show me some options. So I think you get an idea of asking. It's short, it's sweet, it's a done deal. So you ask once and it's done. And if you've been in my world, for instance, in the money journal and other trainings, I'm teaching you exactly how my daily routine is, how I'm like daily manifesting something, like how's like my morning routine. I like to do things for myself in the morning, and it's really cool to see. I've been doing this obviously over a period of like 5 years, and I can tell you the universe doesn't forget manifestations. I'm just receiving things right now which I've manifested 2 years ago. It's really wild to see. Obviously, if you're in my world, you know how I'm doing it, so you always can keep track of that. It's really, really, really cool to see. Like, the universe doesn't forget, but it doesn't happen on the timeline you force the universe. Because most people then say, I want this Amazon same-day delivery. I want this Amazon same-day delivery today. I can't wait. But it's like you're asking for all the food that is available for your complete lifetime on this planet, and you ask to receive it today. You couldn't even enjoy it. It's too much. It's too much. But that's something we will talk about in the next month about. Step number 2, let go. Most people believe step number 2 is you don't have to do anything because you let go. The universe does its thing, and then you receive the thing. And this is not how it works. And I think also there's soon going to be a new masterclass about this, about step number 2 and what your work is. Because in this step number 2 of let go, this is where it's decided if you actually receive your manifestation or not. This is how to add energy. And that is the part, like your part of this is actually to believe in it. Like you ask for it, and then we're adding 100% belief to the equation. And this is fully on you while the universe is doing the work, that you receive the thing. So if you're asking, okay, hey universe, my true desire is to manifest 1 million as fast as possible. This is something I always ask. I never really added time, because who cares about freaking time? Who cares if it's this year, next year, in 5 years? Just the fact on its own always excited me so much that I'm asking the universe, show me the way to another sweet, fast 1 million. And then I'm open for magic to receive that. And my task is, when I'm sending out a manifestation like this, to believe, of course, it's happening. It's happening as fast as possible, whatever that means. It can happen today, it can happen tomorrow, it can happen in a month, in a year, in 2. Either way, I'm excited. And now it's like, okay, if I truly believe the money's on the way, it's happening, it must happen. How am I acting? Oh, am I still paying my freaking bills on the last day? Am I not paying things on time? Am I doing monthly installments instead of paying in full? And those kind of things. Because now if the money is in your bank account, how would you behave? And this is now the embodiment we talked about in the last episode. Now your work starts. You are embodying now that version that has the money. And the easiest way, no money is needed for that. No financial shift has to happen. And that is really like, how are you thinking? Because the thoughts you choose are free. Your thoughts are free. And right now, most of you are choosing thoughts which are not creating what you truly desire. But you choose thoughts, oh, it's not happening, oh, money's not for me, it's hard, it's difficult, blah, 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 blah. You start adding resistance to the equation. And that is step number 2, you don't believe. And if you don't believe, you don't receive it. Like what you receive is what you believe. So if you believe right now, oh, 1 million is not possible, 10 new clients overnight, oh, it's not possible. Guess what's happening? Guess what's happening? You always receive what you believe. So everything you've received right now is 100% a pure reflection of the thoughts, beliefs you had. And this was the input you gave the universe. So now something interesting happens. So right now, today, is basically you're receiving in the physical world what you've ordered weeks ago. Wouldn't you agree? Like if you receive an Amazon package today, it's not because you ordered it right now, but you just receive the Amazon package because you've ordered weeks ago, days ago. So the same holds for for manifestation. In today's state, what you receive is what you've ordered in the past, and there's nothing you can do about. So don't complain about this. So the only thing you can do is create new input for future upcoming manifestations. And that is always in the beginning the task of first, like cleaning the past, cleaning thoughts, beliefs, things that happened, what you've ordered in the past. Because even tomorrow, it's most likely that you will not receive the package you've ordered today, but you still will receive shit from the past you've ordered. And the more shit you've ordered in the past, meaning you can see how big in total is the gap of where you are currently in your financial reality to where you desire to go. So the bigger this gap, the more we have to clean up first. And that's very uncomfortable, because that is now step number 2, belief, is where most people say, yeah, Jeanine, yesterday I thought differently. I really have done one thing differently once. Where's my money? And I always believe, oh, this is cute. Because that's not embodiment. Would you, someone that's just learning to read or to write, if they would come to you and say, oh my gosh, I took another reading lesson. I know one word now, I can read. And now they're going to come, I'm like, oh, this is a new word. I don't know this word. I can't read anymore. Is this for you an embodiment of someone that is capable of reading? No. And this is exactly where the person all of a sudden doesn't believe anymore. And when we translate this to money, that means I'm believing that money is always working out for me. I'm believing that money is always on the way. And in moments when your thoughts suck, if you're believing, having feelings, emotions, and thoughts which don't create the financial reality you truly desire, you have to stop your thoughts. And that is sometimes like an exorcism. Because all of a sudden you're starting to pay attention to your reactions, to your emotions. And that is very, 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 very uncomfortable in the beginning. I haven't met anyone that said, oh my gosh, this is such a fun task. I'm actually paying attention to everything, like to my thoughts, beliefs, my emotions, my guidance system. And oh my gosh, I'm thinking so much shit. It's so much fun to pay attention and to shift. It's uncomfortable. Let me be honest. It's been very uncomfortable. It's been very uncomfortable for my clients I work with in close proximity. I just haven't experienced it in a different way. So step number 2, belief, is you also can use tools like download, get the rampages from the store, the power talks, the meditations. Like I would listen to this nonstop. This is literally what I do. I'm listening to my own work nonstop. Because it's also a cool thing in manifestation. You don't have to do it on your own. The universe takes a freaking big piece. And for me, one of my biggest mantra, I always desire to make as much money as possible and to work as little as possible. Maximum output, minimum input. I think it's a fun thing. I've been always fascinated with that. And the more I've learned about the universe, that I simply can assign tasks to the universe, I think it's genius. So I'm at a point in my business where I'm only doing things I truly desire, I want to do. And obviously that has been by design, and I've built this, but you can build this too. And many things we actually truly desire or we like and we don't like, we just find out through experience. So many things I've done in the beginning, I'm like building a website, knowing how to do all of this. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so excited. This is so cool. I truly, truly loved it. And right now we don't even have a website. I took everything off. And the last thing on my mind that gives me pleasure currently is even the thought about, oh, let's build a website. I for sure, once I have ideas what's going to be on the website, I'm going to give it to someone. This gives me so much more pleasure right now. But it was different in the past, and that's why your desires will always evolve over time through experience. Things I've truly desired in the beginning, many things I don't desire anymore. But that's cool, and I can clearly say that something's for me or not, step number 1, in my true authentic self, because I've experienced it. Many people say, oh, I don't need the money, I don't want the money. Hell, you don't even know, you've never had more money than you currently have, so you can't talk. You only can truly talk from experience if you like something or not. Not even once, but a couple times. So it's like your standard. Because probably first time you're starting to shop at designer clothes, you may find it uncomfortable how it looks, that you have like a personal salesperson that's helping you and all those things. And at one point, you're probably gonna shift to, oh my gosh, it's like so annoying to shop anywhere else. Like, where's help? Man, I'm too lazy to look for my size. Like, where's support? I don't want to do this. This is no fun anymore. Things change over time. In this podcast, step number 3 is you receive. And people think all of a sudden the door is gonna ring, the universe is gonna say, oh my gosh, money lover, here's your money. What's your bank account? I'm gonna wire it in there. And this is actually not how it happens. This is, I would say, one of the biggest confusions that's out there about manifestations. And people think I'm just sitting on my sofa and doing Om. Not saying it can't happen like this, but most of the time we receive impulses to say something, impulses to do something, impulses to launch an offer at a certain price point, and that very often is like a next level. It's very often something uncomfortable, but that it's combined with a next level growth version of us. And very often it happens we receive the impulse for what we have the least resistance. So for me, for instance, I have least resistance if the universe would tell me, hey, the next million is going to happen through your business. Okay, I totally believe this 100%. If the universe, for instance, would tell me, oh, the next million is going to come through someone knocking at your door and gifting you $1 million, I'm like, this is weird, I don't believe it. So it's very unlikely that you receive an impulse for something you don't believe in. This is something very advanced conversation, but I have so many clients, and to understand their superpower, they receive money like free and financial gifts like crazy. Because there is least resistance, they love it. It's a whole different experience. But this is something we do in advanced programs, so if you want to learn more about this, reach out to Team Rich and Happy and they can help you which program is the best. Yeah, so step number 1, you ask. Step number 2, you let go. Your task is here to believe. Check out the new masterclasses that's coming about belief, because this is here where it's decided that you receive a manifestation or not. This is kind of you're ordering a freaking Amazon package to your current address and then you're moving. And you're wondering why Amazon is not sending the package to your new address. So this is step number 2. And this is what most people of you guys, I love you, do. You order money to an address and then you move. Then you move so far away and then you complain that the money is not here at your new address. Is it really a surprise? Is it you, the universe? Who is it? Step number 3 is you receive the impulse. The law is always you must act on the impulse. The moment you receive the impulse, you have to act on the impulse. This is divine timing. This is a perfect moment. This is when things have to happen. I hope this helps you. I love you. And I will see you soon. Oh, one big last announcement I'm having for you is every new moon and full moon, there are love bombs happening, love bomb sessions. And I deeply, deeply believe manifestation are actually happening through our emotions. It's not our words, it's our emotions. And when you agree, in order to actually know what emotions are happening, I have to be able to feel my emotions. And most of you can't even feel your emotions. And that is, I don't want to say an issue when it comes to manifestation, but it makes it more difficult than it has to be, and it makes it very slow. So the moment I actually can feel my emotions, and that is if I'm asking you right now, hey, how are you feeling? Most of you will say, oh, good or great, because you've been trained to say this. You didn't even do an honest check-in, like how am I really feeling? How am I actually feeling? So every new moon, every full moon, there's going to be heart opener sessions in which for a full moon, these heart opener sessions are going to be around new things you desire to create. And for the new moon sessions, these are going to be around things you're releasing. like I release guilt, shame about money, is going to be one of our first heart opener session. You will find everything in the show notes. I highly recommend you to join, to really start opening up your heart. Because in order to receive the biggest miracles, the price you pay is having an open heart and being vulnerable. This is the true price you pay. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast Manifesting Big Money Fast. I've got 3 very important announcements for you. First, if you like what you're listening, make sure you leave some gratitude, leave a review, share the podcast. Second, if you love what you're listening to and you want more of that, there is a VIP version available. That means you will have access to 3 podcast episodes every single week. Simply check out the store, courses.richandhappiness.com, or the link in the show notes. And lastly, there are always monthly money activations happening around the new moon and full moon. If that is something you're interested, check out the store for the next money activation. I love you and I can't wait to see your beautiful face soon again.